I think I am going to try something different in this video. No detents, no 22.5, only goes up to 50. Hand comfort, HiKoki, followed by Makita, followed by Milwaukee, followed by DeWalt. DeWalt fails this category because of this. Front handle position comfort, DeWalt, followed by Makita, followed by Milwaukee, followed by HiKoki. This is way too small. This little front handle, way too small and way too close to the main handle. HiKoki have tried to make this tool too compact. They all have lights, but I have only been cutting outside with these tools. I haven't needed the lights, so I don't know which one's the best, but they've all got one. The Makita also has this funny little light here on the end of the handle. I think it lights up when it ramps up the torque, but I don't know, because you don't really look on the top of that point when you're pushing the saw along. And whether it does or not, who cares? They all have onboard tool storage for changing the blades. The problem with that is, when you do go to actually change the blade, you often find that this has wiggled free and vanished. So, no points for anybody there. A bonus point each for these two, the Milwaukee and the Makita. Just because they both have the depth adjustment on the outside of the guard, these two are on the inside of the guard. So when you lower your base plate, this retracts inside the actual guard, which has already caused me problems because sawdust and little chips of wood can get jammed in there, and then I was wondering why I couldn't get the thing to go down, had to take the blade off and get the wood chip out of the damn thing. The Makita comes with AWS for turning on your vacuum, so bonus point. Look out for the batteries for these soon, which will do the same thing. Very interesting. A bonus point to the HiKoki for silent mode, which works something like this. And as you will have seen earlier in the video, the RPM rating of this tool is 4,300 and it runs at 4,299, so it's pretty damn close. What does it do on silent mode? 2020, so less than half. And if you want to see the different speeds between a 2.5, a 4 amp hour and the AC adapter, then check out my other channel up here in the corner, Builds and Stuff. There's a few more extra features, extra cuts and stuff that you never saw on this video, including doing different cuts with this tool and different batteries on the Milwaukee, Makita, that sort of thing. So check that out and sub while you're there. I am taking 1 point off the DeWalt here because the way that the blade goes on is rubbish. If you look at the Makita here, you have a ridge there that locates your blade so that it's always in the center. Like so, sits on there nice and snug, nice and easy. Then you put your top flange on, do your nut up, all good. Can't go wrong really. The HiKoki is the same. The Milwaukee doesn't actually need it because it's only a 16mm arbor as opposed to these other three which are 20. When you put the blade on, there's nothing to locate it, it just wobbles around. The location rim is on this flange, which is okay as long as you're paying full attention and you don't go like that and then do it up. Because if you do it up there, this is going to be out of whack. You have to make sure, see I'm taking it off, it's not in the center. Very easy to do if you're not paying attention to get that to actually lock into the middle of your blade. See, still not going in there. That is a huge, very simplistic design flaw. Now I've been putting this on the blade and then dropping it over, which makes it a lot easier, but see, just trying to line it up. There we go, finally got it. You could easily put that on wrong without noticing, not getting it lined up right. Then you go to make your cut and you think, what the hell's going on here? She ain't cutting too well at all. Before you know it, your blade's warped, and yeah. So 1 point off. But if you're in the States, probably a non-issue, as you will have 16mm or 5/8 of an inch arbors and you won't need that little rim, so it'll just slide straight over the shaft and be all good. But in the parts of the world that need 20mm, it's a problem. So if you're in the US, you can put that point back on if you want. Bonus point to the HiKoki for being able to be used with a power adapter. A bonus point for these two for coming with rafter hooks, and the other two not only don't come with them but have nowhere to put one on even if you wanted to. So according to my results and my testing, the clear winner is Makita on 22 points. In second place, the 54 volt DeWalt with 16 points. In third position, surprisingly, with 13 points is the Milwaukee, and coming in last is the poor old HiKoki on only 11. I'm surprised that the Milwaukee didn't have more points when I was using it and doing the testing. I would have thought it would have ended up with more points. I liked it more than I liked the DeWalt. So those results didn't match how I thought it would go. I would have gone Makita, Milwaukee, DeWalt, HiKoki. If you're not a regular, you're probably annoyed that I never told you the voltages at the beginning. So the poor old Milwaukee is running only 18 volt, so power ratio wise, that's the best tool. These two are both 36 volt tools, and this is a 54 volt tool. In the States that'll be called 60 volt, and this is of course called 40 volt max. The Makita, in my opinion, is a far superior tool to the others. It's the most comfortable to use by a country mile. It's smooth, it feels nice. This one to me feels rough, like just a dirty old skill saw that's been kicking around for a long time. Hard to get it to cut straight, just uncomfortable. I just didn't like it. When it came to ripping, it was awful. I did several different rips with this, with different blades. I just couldn't get it to rip any good. Cross cuts, brilliant, real quick and good for cross cuts. Ripping, hated it. This is a good all-round saw. It is a bit heavy though, of course, because they've had to try and get as much power as they can out of these 18 volt batteries. Look at the size of that motor housing. The HiKoki is an absolute baby compared to that Milwaukee, but I think that does let it down also. This just does not have enough power, it doesn't have enough RPMs. It can do certain things and sometimes you think that's fine. When it came to beveling, oh boy did I have some problems. Oh, I might put that in another video on the other channel, I might not, who knows. Trying to get it to bevel right with these Milwaukee blades was an absolute nightmare. I tried so many times and it would get halfway through and jam. It did a lot better with the Makita blades, but you know, it should be able to do it with any blade you chuck on it really. So the others didn't have a problem. So I was a bit disappointed there. I have tested this doing multiple different things with the 2.5 amp hour, the 4 amp hour and the power pack. So check that out on the other channel as well if you want to see what the differences are. I tested the RPM on all three as well. I also used the best battery for the best performance for each of the tools that I had. I know it's not going to keep a lot of you happy, but that's the way it is. There are more battery comparisons on these tools over on the other channel, like I say. But as for this review, it's done. Makita has won the game as far as I'm concerned. And who's going to win next week's one though? What have we got next week? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. It's already done though. I'll let you in on a secret. This one might struggle next time. Thanks for watching guys. I will see you on another one real soon. Oh, and if you're a regular, did you like this style of video? You know, it's a bit different I know to usual. I usually blabber on for ages, but I sort of had a throat problem at the beginning of this video and I didn't really want to talk. So I decided to go on a different route. So let me know what you think of that. And I'll see you real soon. Real soon, that sounds lame. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.